Hi everyone, it's Charlotte Harris from Charlotte Travel, here again to chat with you about travel. So as you can see, I have a very special guest with us here today. Evan Berger is our head of Africa, and he's here to chat with us a little bit about how we can navigate travel in a post-COVID world, especially if someone is excited about going on safari or if someone's thinking about traveling to the continent of Africa. Evan is very experienced, so yeah, Evan, why don't you introduce yourselves to our viewers?
Hey everyone, my name is Evan, as Charlotte just said. So I was born in South Africa originally, and I've been specializing within the safari industry for well over the past 15 years. After moving from South Africa, I relocated to Tanzania, where I lived for about 4 years, and that is known as the gateway of safari. When my time came to an end in Tanzania, I decided to move to Asia, and I ended up in Hong Kong, where I hope to spread the word of safari.
So thank you for that introduction, Evan. I think over the last 2 years or so that you've joined us, we've had a lot of clients head out to either Tanzania, South Africa, or even Kenya for safaris. This year obviously has been a little bit of a write-off, but we had a lot of clients who were set to travel to, go and see the gorillas and also, go on these amazing safaris that you had planned. So hopefully we can get them out next year. So now let's have a little chat about what we can expect for our clients who are thinking about traveling to, on a safari in 2021.
So at the moment in Africa, the majority of the countries that we focus on are actually already open. So this includes places in East Africa like Kenya, Tanzania, Rwanda, and in Southern Africa, places like South Africa just recently opened up, as well as Namibia.
Okay, so what are the requirements to get in? I mean, do we need a test beforehand? Do we need to get tested on arrival? Is there quarantine?
Right, so this basically differs from each country. In East Africa, they were the ones to open up first. So over there, they had time to work things out and see what works and what doesn't work. You do need a test before you arrive into the country. This counts for both Tanzania, Kenya, as well as Rwanda. You do not need quarantine, however. So if you test negative, you can enter the country without the need to quarantine. What normally happens is after you have done your safari and you go back to your home destination, you will need to take a test again for your arrival country. In places like South Africa, similar rules are in place at the moment. So for South Africa and for Namibia specifically, you do not need to quarantine if you test negative. But you do need to take a test again before you depart.
Okay, so I think that's fairly standard. I mean, with a lot of the countries that we're seeing opening up these days, they are requiring a test prior to arrival, and then maybe another test on arrival. The no quarantine factor is huge. I mean, it means essentially if you test negative, then you can go straight into your holiday. So why would clients even think about traveling to, an African country for a safari or for, an adventurous experience? Why now?
There honestly is no better time than now to travel to Africa. With the countries being the first ones to open, they've had time to get all the protocols and everything in place as well. So they are ready to arrive for clients to arrive to them. What is happening as well at the moment is a safari is by nature a natural social distancing experience, if you will. You don't share this with other people. If you go on a private safari, you will have the vehicle all to yourself. So this is huge 7-seater safari vehicles. You have your private guide with you and you're surrounded by the bush. There's nothing else, and the animals, of course. At the lodges, they're all intimate and small. The rooms themselves are normally spread out through the landscape as well. These are not rooms that are on top of one another. The whole idea of a safari lodge is that you experience the landscape around you. So just the idea of a safari is a natural social distancing experience, which makes it a perfect option for people post-COVID to travel as well. Another thing to keep in mind is that apart from them already being such a good destination, there will be very low crowds at the moment. A lot of destinations, so source markets like Europe, like America, they're physically not allowed to travel abroad at the moment, unlike Hong Kong, apart from the quarantine. So you will share these big destinations with nobody. You will have the wildlife and the landscapes all to yourself.
That's amazing. And to be honest, Evan, I'm kind of sold. You know, I'm just thinking out in the open, you don't share it with anyone, essentially you get to the place exclusively. And at the same time, you get to be in your own safari jeep and you go out and see the animals out in the natural open. I mean, it sounds amazing.
Absolutely.
So Evan, you know, a lot of our viewers are based in Hong Kong and are currently in Hong Kong and just eager to travel. And, you know, now we're in the topic of Africa and safaris. What is currently open?
Right, so for Hong Kong citizens and residents to travel to Africa, there are a few options already available. Out of the ones I previously mentioned, Tanzania is definitely open for us. Rwanda is open for Hong Kong citizens. When we move down to Southern Africa, South Africa just opened up a couple of days ago on the 1st of October, as well as Namibia. So I would probably recommend those ones at the moment.
So out of those countries that you just mentioned, what do you recommend? Because, you know, a lot of our viewers are based here in Hong Kong and they're just so eager to travel. We have so many clients who are calling us and saying, look, when this country opens, please tell me immediately because I just want to be there. So for those who are eager to go back onto safari or looking for a socially distanced holiday, then what do you recommend for our luxury travelers?
Right, so I would recommend 3 specific destinations. 2 of them are in East Africa and all of them are very specialized in the offering. The first one would be Tanzania. So Tanzania is famous for the Great Migration. For 2/3 of the year, the migration travels all around Tanzania. That would be number 1. Another one I would recommend is one of its neighbors, Rwanda. Rwanda is famous for the gorilla treks. So they've got amazing facilities at the moment on offer. That's definitely one to consider. And then if we move down to Southern Africa, I would recommend Namibia. So Namibia is one of the lowest populations globally, and they've got massive expanses of open land. It's the exact opposite of what Hong Kong is. So that's a no-brainer. That's something I would highly recommend as well.
So there's a lot of rumor out there, and people are asking if there's, you know, special deals or special rates or special offers. Are there special offers for travel in 2021 for, you know, Africa?
Absolutely.
Okay. So tell us, please.
So a lot of our partners, obviously, they are eager to get us back into the African destination. So a couple of things that we can keep in mind. For Rwanda, one of the biggest expenses are the gorilla permits. They're extremely expensive for a good reason. However, the government at the moment has had some special promotions where they are cutting those rates nearly in half. So that makes a massive difference into the overall pricing of a gorilla experience. Other things we can keep in mind, in Tanzania and Kenya, we have some preferred partners who have offered us exclusive discounts. Really high discounts. So these are things we can take into consideration as well when we are planning the next safari. These ones, they do come with a bit of a time limit, so some of them are valid until the end of this year, some of them are valid until maybe as far ahead as the middle of next year. But they are there for good reason and they are there for the taking. Another one we can also keep in consideration down in Southern Africa is for Botswana, which is not officially open yet. But the moment they open, especially for Chinese New Year, we have an exclusive deal where when you visit Botswana, you have to travel between the lodges via a small bush plane. So the lodges are not accessible by car. Those bush planes add up a lot to the end of the price. So we can get those flights for free.
Wow.
We can also get your partner to stay at certain lodges for free.
Oh, wow.
So, you know, that adds up to a massive saving for what is traditionally known as one of the more expensive and more luxurious destinations in Africa as well. So I think those 3 things, they are destinations that we definitely have to look at, and they are ones that are worth consideration.
Wow, that's amazing. I mean, I'm sold, and I would book my safari for next year in a heartbeat. And, you know, if social distancing and avoiding COVID is still around next year, then I am there. So, you know, thank you so much, Evan, for sharing and for recommending to our viewers where they should go and what the current situation is like, and also how to navigate, travel in a post-COVID world, or even in a COVID world. I'm totally sold, and we have so many offers. We have all these exclusive, benefits and deals, and we have such good contacts locally that it really benefits all of our clients, doesn't it? So thank you so much, for your hard work and for joining us today and chatting with our viewers. And if you would like to book a safari, or you're interested in traveling to Africa anytime soon or even later in the future, then give us a call and send us an email, and we'll make sure that Evan reaches out to you so he can chat with you directly about his experience as well as all the offers that we have available. Thanks for watching. See you next time.
Bye.